Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Now, Black Americans are still having to correct Black immigrants and especially Africans about Black American history and culture. I was listening to one of these platforms where the commentator has people calling in, and these African immigrants, sometimes they'll be white supremacists or immigrants from the Caribbean, but the ones who are most problematic are the Africans. They don't know American history and they don't believe anything that you tell them that doesn't have to do with the white man doing everything and the white man getting the credit for everything. And trying to have a conversation with them is just like pulling teeth, to the point that I understand why African leaders have such a hard time. People always say, oh, the African leaders are corrupt. They're all corrupt. And maybe some of them are. But I question the mindset of the people that they're trying to lead. Now, I know that there are good citizens of those African countries who only want the best for their countries. But the ones who flee over here, they have all the answers for how America ought to be and what Black Americans ought to be, but they don't have any solutions to the countries that they came from, the countries where they have ownership and agency, the countries that they ought to be fighting for. They flee their own country and then come over here and start trying to give advice and trying to critique Black Americans. And they are totally indoctrinated and brainwashed with propaganda from white America. They'll talk about, oh, we don't ever see anything but negative stereotypes from Black Americans, and we know that's a lie. That is a lie. Black Americans do a really good job of branding ourselves. When Black Americans go abroad, it's usually something positive. Black Americans are the most high profile Black people in the world. So to say that they don't see anything but negative images of Black Americans is nothing but a lie. And the question is, why are they telling these lies? Anything coming out of America relative to culture has to do with Black Americans, and yet they'll sit there with a straight face and tell the lie that they only see negative images. And then they come over here trying to brag about having a job. Many of them are working 3 and 4 jobs. If you go to a big city, you're going to see a bunch of them driving Uber or driving DoorDash or cabs and working as concierge and bellhops in hotels, working security. They're not doing anything that Black Americans haven't already done and done well. So bantering back and forth with them about who we are and who we are not, as opposed to who they are and who they are not, gets tiring. But this young lady summed it up pretty well. So listen to what she had to say.
Okay, so I really wasn't planning on arguing with anybody from my comment section today. But I figured I'll just go ahead and respond to this comment because I see this sentiment all the time, especially coming from African immigrants, no matter what country they're from, it seems like. Where they'll say that, how, African migrants can come to your so-called country and build a better life and live better than you and do better than you. You guys and Black Americans collectively have a lower income and don't do as well, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, that is not true, okay? First of all, and let me just say this, and I'm not even trying to set, this is not about being an elitist, or this is not about me thinking that Americans are better, but this has nothing to do with that, but facts are just facts, okay? Let's be fucking for real. Our projects look better than 90% of your country, okay? If I was to drive over to our project housing, that's like paradise in comparison to the vast majority of a lot of these countries overseas, over in Africa. Yes, y'all have some, maybe 1 or 2 big cities with big buildings, but y'all trying to compare and try to put us down We don't even have slums here. Yeah, we have projects, but our projects actually look kind of fucking nice. So, I mean, my thing is before you come talking shit, take a look around and say to yourself, because black Americans collectively are doing very well. Black women are some of the most highly educated people in the United States. Black men do very well. I know a lot of black male business owners, men who own properties. I know people who are doing extremely well. And the thing is, like, you got to remember, everybody's not going to want to pursue being a millionaire. Some people really are okay with a basic ass life. Some people are okay just going and having a regular job, coming home, cooking dinners, chilling, watching TV or whatever, just in an apartment, paying $1,200 a month for an apartment, or having a little car note or something. Some people are cool just with a basic ass life. Everybody's not trying to be a millionaire. So yeah, I mean, I understand that there's a lot of immigrants who probably come over here and they probably trying to like really, really hustle and grind it out because they want to, they want to have like this lavish lifestyle, and that's fine. Do you? If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, most Americans overall live pretty comfortably. So a lot of people may not even really feel like it's really no point at them going out here and working 2-3 jobs. They're like, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm used to chilling, like I'm used to being comfortable. Like I don't see the electricity and water as like this huge luxury. That's like normal. That's like the basics. Like, yeah, I better fucking have that shit. And it's like, y'all come over here and then y'all be like, oh, we complaining, y'all should be lucky, y'all need to be doing more. No, I'm good over here, boo-boo. I'm good. Like, please, like, y'all gotta stop with these insults. Like, y'all don't even know shit. Probably ain't never even met a black American in real life. So instead of being so worried about what we got going on over here, like, about how we living over here, why don't you fix your shit? Like,
So this is the price that black Americans pay for being the most high profile black people in the world, for being the black people who built a first world country, the first world country. This is the price that black Americans have to pay. People living in some little village in Africa, tweeting out something that somebody told them that somebody told them. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're just running their mouth. She's right. Everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire. Everybody doesn't want to be grinding all day, working 3 jobs, trying to stay in a tacky apartment in New York or Washington, D.C. The reason we can take water and electricity and grocery stores, we don't know how long that's going to last, is because we were a part of building this. The electric light was invented by a black man. Black people are involved in every aspect of American life. So we don't see it as a luxury to have things that Americans have. And they do. And it goes to their heads. They come over here and they get electricity 24/7. They get clean water if they want it. They get 24/7 internet. The roads are good. We don't have barriers from one state to the next. They take all of this for granted. And they think they've really scored a home run because they come over here and benefit from what we've worked for. And instead of being grateful and being good citizens and good neighbors, they want to sit up here and run their mouth. And that is the part of it that really makes me wonder what kind of people they are at home, that those governments can't get their countries off the ground. They can't turn those countries into a livable environments for their own people because the people are probably so spiteful and jealous of each other. They probably carry on the same thing over there in Africa, which is why they can't get their countries together. So anyway, we just have to keep correcting when we can those who interact with them, because a lot of us are really not going to interact with them that way because we don't have time for this kind of pettiness. But I thought she did a good job of putting it out there. This is just one of those why don't other people mind their business videos. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a great evening.